Hi Aquarius, and welcome to your general reading here for August 2021. This is for Aquarian energy, and that is Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Any kind of placement basically, and you know the drill. Take what resonate with you, leave behind rest, and never ever force it to make it fit if it doesn't. Alright, what we're gonna do here, Aquarius, is a little bit of a experiment in that we are gonna start with an oracle message for those who are interested in it, right? And then we're going on to the general reading as I always do for August. I will put a timestamp in the description box so you can just skip to the tarot reading if that is what you're in the mood for. The oracle message are for those who want to hear if anything is coming through, right? And yes, take it as inspiration. If you like this content, please like the video. I would very, very, very much appreciate your support. It actually helps the channel, so thank you. Alright, let's get to it. Let's start by pulling an oracle here for Aquarius in the month of August 2021 for those interested. We have the... Why is that? Alright, one more. Normally wouldn't take the flyer there. Okay, Magician. Magician, and then the 10 of Pentacles showing up. I can't figure out if it's in upright or in the reverse. Let's see. You're manifesting security into your life. Something long-term. Long-term prosperity, long-term growth. I also get as though cleaning up. That makes sense. Okay. Let's see. Magician. That is the key here, right? The Magician is manifestation, it's communication, it's looking into the future. It's wanting to make something grow here. And there's also an energy here about not being so occupied with materiality. This is about the capacity to throw out what we don't need here, right? There's an understanding of time here within you. I'm going to lay out all the oracles to see what we have, but there's definitely an understanding of time, understanding of accumulated wealth, your stability, something here about the way you want to manifest something. It's like releasing some burden so you can manifest new. Minimalistic. All right, let's see what we have here. We have failure and we have empathy. Failure. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn, right? That is something about probably having failed in some area or another, in terms of some long-term material goals not really happening here. But let's see. But from that, there's a learning experience, for instance, such as understanding how to manifest that long-term prosperity. Let's pull out the energies here. Start with the Magician for Aquarius. Magician for the Aquarius. That has the Y, and then we have a loyal heart. See, here's the thing. You are very, very loyal. You are sweet, kind, beautiful one, right? And you are open to see both sides of a situation always. But right now the energy is here on the table, or something about figuring out, what about you, Aquarius? What about your purpose? What about leaving behind the books and now start doing something here? The study is done. What do we have, Aquarius? The thinking woman, and then we have the temple path. No more thinking. It's getting out of the bloody book. Some of you, it's time to get out of the library. Been studying and studying and studying and studying, getting a lot of knowledge, yes. But how about turning knowledge into wisdom? Let's throw out all the other oracles here. Show me the Aquarius. There we have it flying out. We have communication is key, showing up in the reverse, or flying out in the reverse. Conclusions are within reach. Communication is key. New moon in Gemini. It's studying and studying and not doing enough talking. It's accumulating a lot of knowledge. Accumulating. What about putting it into practice? What do we have here? Quieting the mind. And ears wide open and into me I see. Yes, I knew it was the ears wide open here. Quiet. What about quieting the mind? Yes. It's almost like stop reading about meditation. Stop getting everything you know from the books. Throw it into experience. And you know it. You already have it. But it has this about releasing this thinking about it. I got still blocked there. It's like, we could do this, we could do that. It could be this, it could be that. Yes, that's all fine. Time to throw yourself into it. Make a mistake. Mistakes are opportunities to learn. It doesn't have to be perfect the first time around. Right? It's like, what is this? You know, it's just the curiosity. The curiosity, but only being in the curiosity, not really doing it. It's having plans about knitting a shirt for yourself, but not doing it, but knitting for a lot of people. But not yourself. It's like, what about yourself? Here we have, you're open to see both sides of a situation. All this empathy you have, temple path, loyal heart. Your conclusions are within reach. Into you see, but do you really? Are you afraid of seeing the conflict that are within yourself? What about doing? Is this about connecting to yourself, your own creativity? Get out of the bloody head. There's not compared to some of the other signs that had oracle messages going on for 20 minutes. Yours are somewhat simple. But let's start looking at this why. Let's read it and see if anything is showing up. We have books on the floor. The why is a number 31. Oh, sorry. Oh. 31. Why? Motives, driving intention, the power of knowing the why. There's a great power in understanding your motives right now. The oracle asks you to be clear, to be very clear about why you are asking this question, looking for this answer, behaving in this way, and most importantly, making this choice. Knowing your why is the key to fulfillment. When you are clear about your intention, that will then be a magnet for miracles. Motives define the nature of your experience. When you think about something, feel it, and then act on it. This invisible why is the life force energy within the seed, which brings it to life and holds potential for growth. We don't always know why we engage in our relationship or why we do engage in it in the way that we do engage in it, but we mostly because our feelings aren't very logical. Now is the time to reorganize whether you're being triggered by someone or if your behavior is motivated by unresolved issues in the past. When you ask yourself, why am I feeling like this? And why did I say like this? Spend some time in introspection. The answers may be surprising. But then again, whenever you find your mind drifting into the past, wondering if things could have or should have been better. What if I did this? What if I did that? Right? Whenever you feel as though you long for the good old days are gone. Sorry. You lead power here, right? The same is true of looking too far ahead and hoping the future will provide you with certainty. Forgetting to live in the present moment, right? Driven by ambition, you might wander too long in a place with no substance or forget why on earth it is that you're here today. Past and future are illusions. Whenever you leave the present moment, you disconnect from your inherent power to manifest your reality with true substance. Neither past nor future can give you what it is that you need. Now it's all that counts. Right. Ten of Pentacles is, an energy here saying, no, it is about, always have an idea what it is that where you want to go with your long-term growth. But you don't manifest potential growth by living in the future. You gotta make decisions here in the present moment. Right? And then also disconnecting from expectations from the bloody family. Let's see here what we have going on for this 32. That is interesting. Look at how they popped out together. 32 and 33. Quietening the mind and keep your eyes open. Or ears open. Don't know if it's focusing. Well, it says 32 and 33. Let's look at the 32. That's the wrong book. The 32. The 32 quiets the mind. Life is chaotic, busy, loud, frenetic, overwhelming. Some days the noise are like the roar of thunder echoing around you. What is up with this storm? Alright, anyway. In spite of what's going on here, slow down, take a deep breath now. Make commitment to be still, if only for 5 minutes. Count your breath, be mindful of every one of them. Our core beliefs about the world originate in our thoughts and feelings, and then they become our perceptions. If our thoughts are all over the place, then that is how we're going to experience the world. But what if the outer world didn't matter? What if at our center there's a place where there's always calmness, where mind doesn't have a million things to say, where problems and challenges are nearly as important as we think they are? Today requires you to take an internal break and go into that silent place to regroup and have a deep listening as you listen to other people, listen to their needs here, right? But showing attention to what is going on in your environment, showing attention into whether or not you're being triggered here. But there's also this paying a lot of attention to everybody else, paying attention to yourself, pay attention to what is rumbling within you here, right? And it's also time to stop multitasking, checking your phone, thinking of what you're going to say next, and doing all the other things that keep you from connecting fully. Whenever we are in a state of chaos and distraction, paying attention only to some of what is being said, we lose the ability to pick up on everything, including what is not being said. It's not listening. It's forgetting to listen to people and also listen to yourself. Purposefully open listening is the act of true respect and intimacy. And then when you're able to truly receive what is being said, what is being given, you also let go of the need here to be heard or to be right. You become expansive or an alert to meaningful potential, right? It's listening to what your environment needs and also listening to what you need. And for a little bit here also to stop talking for some of you. Always to stop talking, always to give advice, always to wanting to be the problem solver here. Figuring out why is it that you do what you do. You have a loyal heart. You want to see both things of a case side here, right? Wanting to solve the problems in the family. I also get here, by the way, listen to what is actually being said and not being said. That is especially true if you're dealing with a family dynamic that's a little tricky, right? Disconnect once in a while here. And also disconnect from having to deal with it. Having to be on the entire time. Having to, by the way, also something about being on the electronics. Something, having to text all the time. Always being connected. Try and disconnect a little bit. But we will see how this plays out in your reading, right? We're going into your reading now. The message is about looking into yourself here. Looking into yourself. What do you need? And listen to other people here as well. Figuring out how are you getting triggered, or where's this going? All of that, right? Let's see what we have here. What was it we had here? We had conclusions are within reach. Full moon. Yeah. Okay. It's also like trying to figure out, why is this communication not coming in? Well, who cares? Right. We're going to start here by pulling a keynote, and then we're going to shuffle tarot, and we're going to get into your monthly reading for August 2021. What Aquarius there we have a pro-social opponent showing up a little bit in the reverse, and a shared experience. And there we have self-interview also showing a little bit in reverse, and seeking recognition. Okay. I'm just going to lay it out. The shared experience is bonding and making memories as a team. When we join a new group, we open up to others and being vulnerable and having intimacy. Intimacy being also that capacity of expressing yourself, but also listening to what everybody else needs, right? Well, let's see how that is. Remember, this could be an energy that you are dealing with, right? May not be for you, but an energy that's maybe relevant to something you do. Could be in your work, could be in some situation you're experiencing. And that was just a message of that. Being a considerate and pro-social opponent is not working against, even though you're working against each other, you on different teams, rather than engaging in you versus them, antagonistic, then it's being considerate of each other, even though you're not on the same team. Right? There we have Devil in the reverse. Aquarius, show me Aquarius for August. 2 of Cups in the reverse. All right, let's just get to it. Underneath the deck, we have 2 of Wands showing up upright. Alright, it's just because there's an interesting mirrored energies here. Anyway, so looking into the future, that's where you are. We definitely have something about a choice being made, because I see 3 2s, right? Two of Wands underneath the deck. We have Two of Swords, and we have two in the reverse, and we have Two of Cups in the reverse as well. At the center of the spread is where we find the Two of Swords, no, Two of Wands, Two of Cups in the reverse. That is a partnership. That's a partnership between two people not seeing eye to eye. Can be arguments. There can be a increase in the frequency of arguments. All in all, just not seeing eye to eye with each other. Okay? There could even be a bloody ghosting situation going on here. It is crossed by a disappointment. For some of you, this is a failed romance, a long distance romance that we're talking about. I can't believe when I since last got a reading like this for the Aquarian energy, but I am getting that one here for August in 2021. There is something here in the recent past that did not come towards you. Or it has been delayed. It's like a reconciliation for some. Oh my god, yeah, it's the teamwork, right? Because that's where I see your hopes and fears are, in this teamwork of someone here not working with you. It's not coming up. It's not the teamwork. It's just not bloody working, right? Be it in an actual team in your work, or be it between another person in love. You tell me. But there's just a team here. It's not working. There could be someone here who is actually on the same team, but they're acting like they are an opponent. They are working against the common good, or whatever common good is here, right? They're working against, you may feel that, they are working against what you're trying to achieve. That is where you basically have your fears here of people working against, people not working together, of someone here always wanting to be in the position of power. They want to dictate the course of the trajectory, or whatever we call it. It's probably the same thing, but they want to dictate the path. They want to dictate how things are going to work. They want to dictate the tools. They want to dictate everything. And that is this frustration here, right? You may be bound by contract here, which may give a little bit more frustration. Oh, sorry. I'm glad for this reading, because it's easier for me to flow into this energy. I'm 17 minutes in, and it's already feel good. Capricorn had like a 40-minute reading. Sorry, non-relevance whatsoever. But yeah, it's just flowing. That's where I see you here, right? What we have in where you have you here is that we have you. There's something here you're probably not paying attention to. Is the skill set you don't want to pay attention to? I see you neglecting something here. Of course, there is also most likely a frustration within you of not wanting to go over the same thing again and again and again, without there being any growth, without there being any improvement, so to say. It's like deciding, why should I invest in this task? Because it's repetitive and it's not going anywhere. What's the fucking point of it? That's what I see here with you, right? It's not investing into it. It's not even paying. It's not wanting to work on it. Why? Because you don't see the progress. It's the demotivation. And it may have to do that you don't get these shared experiences, right? Because I do see that it's having to do with another person. Maybe they don't want to go somewhere with you. Maybe they don't want to travel with you. Maybe they don't want to open up with that, to share this growing energy here, right? Maybe they don't want to listen to you, and maybe you're just not good with the communication together. Purpose. I know what I'm here to do. I blame. I take responsibility. That's just what I'm seeing here, right? Ooh, so why am I so tired? Probably need some food. In your focus, it wouldn't surprise me if you ghost. There's a ghosting situation going on here in August. In your focus, there's a power struggle going on, right? It is a power struggle that has to do with the truth of a matter. And then when we look here to the oracle message, something about getting out of the books, right? Get out of the books. What's up with that? Are there two people here who are trying to outsmart each other? I hope not. Anyway, Two of Swords in the reverse. This is you may feel as though the decision is being made for you, right? And then I look here at your fears that you don't want this. You don't want someone here to work, to force a contract down upon you. Like it feels like that, like force a contract down upon you. It's almost like being, it's just an example here, right? Of trying to divorce someone who's not communicating. They're not even signing the papers. Like, I want a divorce from you. Bloody sign the bloody papers, right? It's a little bit difficult to be liberated from a contract if they're not signing it, the papers. It's just an example. What the challenge here is the disappointment. It's the cancellation of it's like a cancelled engagement, or it's a cancelled trip, or it's blocked somehow, right? Why are things being cancelled? Because you're not paying attention to it. So if you don't want this disappointment, pay attention to how you then invest into it. How are you sharing of yourself? Alright, let's see here what we have in your environment. There we have a King of Cups in the reverse. Drama. Someone who can't really control their emotions, right? The fun is that I have seen this energy show up for other energies where it's like it's actually progressing, but for some reason or another it's blocked with you. I'm gonna do some clarification here, right? A King of Cups in the reverse is somewhat of a dramatic energy here. Of course, you could be dealing with a water sign. Look out for, if you're dealing with a water sign, look out for whether or not they are, I want to say moody. Yes, moody, but also trying to control the situation here. And in worst cases, someone playing games, right? Someone playing games. What we have coming up for you is you becoming increasingly more ready to give up. Not really the most resilient here. It's your emotional responses here are going to be somewhat perhaps even explosive. Let's see if the storm warning comes up with you too. Most likely outcome, we have the Queen of Swords. Someone very, very intelligent, very sharp, and comes, I want to say, come to the rescue. No, this is a Queen of Swords. This is another person, by the way. This is someone who's she's clean cut. She sees through shit. And I get as though she may even come here as a little bit of a protector. It's like cutting down here and saying, okay, Aquarius, let's look at what needs to be thrown out. Let's look at what needs to be cut out here. Because something here is not aligned with your path forward. Something here is draining you. Something here is making you pessimistic, if you know what I mean. It's like something here is, someone most likely with the Two Cups, someone's energies is bringing out the worst in you. That's what I get she's here to say. Let's see what we have here with the Two of Cups. Show me the Two of Cups in reverse here. We have 6 chakra. Show me the King of Cups. Attachment, of course. Attachment. There is a sense of disconnect with someone here in particular. Someone here has... show me this King. Oh my god. Does someone here have a choice between lovers? One of them could be a Pisces, another could be an Aries. Aries, I sensed that you had here in the recent past some sort of new direction, somewhere you wanted to go, some sort of a new passion, but it didn't come to you. It's like this new motivation, this new aha. It's not coming here, right? It's like hanging out. It's like the invitations are not. If they're coming here, it's as though there's something up with this. Okay. It's like there's competition. It's like yeah, I don't quite understand this energy that I'm getting, because there's a frustration, but there's also an energy here saying, all right, I'm gonna just go here and figure out what can be done here. But you don't quite. I keep getting here. It's like what can you do? That's what I get here. But then what I see happening here is that there comes a point. I bloody hell hope you're not gonna be dealing with someone who's going to ghost you throughout August. Somewhere out there's an Aquarius who will experience someone here withdrawing. It will feel difficult to connect with them, right? They may see you as somewhat an explosive energy, but they will probably have crossed the line. You will probably have had enough. There is an energy here of someone on the table just withdrawing. Right? This is wouldn't surprise me if I'm getting here a response of someone who is so used to giving and giving and giving and not getting a lot return, and now comes the response. Right? Now comes this is the Aquarian, when the Aquarian is fed up. Let's see if I can get anything else here. It's not seeing the same visions for the future, Aquarius. Yeah, there we have the Empress in the reverse, right? And something not growing. Something here in this Empress's energy is not growing. Okay? Something solid, something's you. This is you, by the way. This is you having this. Oh, I want to go somewhere. It's not growing. The opportunity. It's the pragmatics here. It's not growing, and this is the response. This is when she comes angry. Man, woman, doesn't matter. When someone flees, I don't think people understand how pissed Aquarians can become. All right. And it's not only that. It's a pessimistic. It's actually. You're not going to see. This is where I see you coming up. You no longer here throughout August. Here, it's like you're not going. For some of you, you're not going to pay attention to what your family wants from you. You won't be paying attention to what society or your family is expecting of you. If you're not feeling seen, if you're not feeling validated, if you're not recognized, you're not going to pay attention to them whatsoever. What is the point of them if they don't show up for you? That's what I get here for you. Is you taking your attention somewhere else because you're fed up. And it may have to do with a partner here, right? They're not showing up. You don't have a lot of patience. It's like you lack of patience. You're just gonna walk away. You says, I had it. There will have been a situation leading up to this. All right. I gotta say, even though these are temporary energies, I get this being like the fed up. What is then coming up for you, Aquarius? Show me this 9 of Wands here for August. Right. Remember, these are thankfully just temporary energies. I'm gonna tell you what's going to be the most significant one. Right, there we have an indecision. Alright, there's a frustration because things are not showing up as you want to manifest it, but it's like some of you are gonna feel as though the universe has been lying to you. Does that make sense? It's like, alright, what's the point of it all? Am I shackled to this energy? I was promised something, it's not coming. Indecision. Unknown, unknown. Do I see you being on the verge of giving up? Yes. But then again, no. Aquarius, check out your other placements if this is not for you. It's just the energies are culminating. It's like going over the same thing again and again and again, and it's just not growing. What is the point? It's actually not being met. It's not being met here. I mean, it makes sense. If you continue to do something over and over again, it's like it's not really growing. Yes, people become frustrated. But here there's also wanting, it's like, I gotta say, on a subconscious level, there could be something about seeking recognition from other people, as opposed to me wanting to share. You want the energies to come back. It makes sense. So I consider that bloody law of attraction, right? For some of you, that could be where you're annoyed. Like, if you've been studying law of attraction, why is it not coming? I don't care. Sorry. No, like that. It's just because I don't engage with that narrative. But yeah, it could be another example of if you place a stone in the window for 10 months, then something will come and it's not coming. Or if you think a lot about someone and they will come back to you and they're not coming back to you. Why? It doesn't work like that. We have freedom of thought. You can believe whatever you want, but I am not one for the law of attraction. No. I am one for... I'm a post-structuralist, right? So forget it. Anyway, it's just a frustration here, right? It's the frustration of something here not coming. And for those of you where it's not about this belief system, where it's about, it's just you've just given a lot, it's just not growing. There's some blockages, and then I look at the blockages here. It is with a person here who's not openly expressing their emotions, right? And you're more driven. You want to move forward. You don't deal with the fucking past. You're done with that. It's like they come with past energies. They can't release it, and you're like, get over it, but they can't. They are attached to something, and they see you as a bit of a rupture. But let's see what's then coming up here with that Queen of Swords, most likely outcome. Ten of Wands. I get her as being an external energy. She is someone that's coming here. I don't know if she's a friend or who she is, but she's coming in here as very, very critical. It's like a counselor or something like that. Like not a therapist, but like mentor or something. She's coming here with the sword of truth, and she's not looking at the past either. She has her back turned to that. So in that way you will align with her, right? But what she is seeing is that when she looks, she uses rationality. That's the Queen of Swords. She's a rational being. She doesn't engage with those narratives either, right? She may come with some sort of an advice here. She may actually be very well educated. She may be the one coming out of the books here. Maybe that was for her, like, get out of the books and start helping. She comes here with very, very clear understanding of how to cut something out. She sees the burdens when they're coming too much, because you might be on this I'm about to give up, but you don't, because you don't give up. This person here is here to support like resilience and to help you understand that moving into calmer waters is difficult. Some of you may actually be dealing with someone who has like depression or something like that, but they are definitely not easy to work with here. But I do get a little bit of a hostile energy throughout the month at some point in time. I hope not. you know what I get from that energy? This is, for instance, if someone here in the Aquarian energy has met someone new, and the person they met, they still have an ex that they are attached to, and the person then say, get over them. They don't want to have any past energy with them. They want the person here to get over it. And that then pressures the other person here to, then the pressures them to stay silent about it. You know what, Aquarius, for some of you, you may actually find yourself amidst an energy that this is just something that's playing out here, and you're just dealing with it, right? Where someone's frustration, it brings them into this, I want to say almost like childish energy here, where they don't share, they don't show up as possible, as capable here of being capable of teamwork. Because it's always about, telling people to get over it and move on. They don't have a lot of compassion. That's the energy as a whole here, right? They're not very spiritual. They may, even if they may appear to be, they may not. Right? They may know something here. They may believe they know a lot, but they probably don't. You're not going to pay attention to that, right? If you are the ones that, if you can pull yourself out of that energy here, you're not going to pay attention to that. Also here, your strength is understanding that this is not part of your path. This energy here, especially if this is in a love situation where someone is here ghosting you and playing games with you, that's not part of your path. For those Aquarians where you're dealing with someone here, where you believe that you want a connection, but they're continuously disappointing you and ghosting you, and you want to work with them, but they're not want to work with you, and they don't even want to get to know you. They don't even want to listen to you. That is not part of your path. You have it within you here to pull yourself out of that. Right? And then we have the Queen of Swords. She shows up most likely as someone here in your environment, also willing to turn her back to this and look at the future and use this as a learning experience. Right? Especially if someone here is using you for the recognition, but then they're not recognizing you in the process. Okay, you take whatever you want from these for this reading, right? As you can see, it went a little bit because I would like sometimes to also, I will always like to find a positive in it, and if I can find a way where I can pull someone out of it and look at it from the bird, I will. And I can normally with you, and I could here at the end. But for some Aquarians, they are living this experience, okay? Some Aquarians are living the experience. And it's an interesting one. Okay, so that is what I have here for you, Aquarius. Take care. I will see you next time. Ciao.